we want to answer all your questions, what the first year of marriage is like. It was a roller coaster, baby.
We're gonna be open and honest with you guys.
Oh, we're gonna get deep.
Everything.
What's up, Jatie fam?
Welcome back, and today is
1 year of being married.
Whoa, not yet.
Today's not today,
We still gotta make it to 1 year.
Okay, well,
we're almost
like
there.
a couple days out from 1 year of being married, and we're stoked because it's crazy to think that it's already been a year.
Think about it, literally a year ago, we were prepping for the wedding, that was like the best time ever. It was so fun. But things
flew
just
by.
keep getting better and better.
It flew by. But we want to answer all your questions. We know a lot of people have questions, just as we did before we got married, what the first year of marriage is like.
And I know you guys are probably curious as to like what we went through, like our first year of marriage, like how it was, if it was good, if it was
a roller coaster, baby.
We're gonna be open and honest with you guys, and basically,
we're gonna get deep.
Everything.
We're gonna get deep. So we got a bunch of questions, and we're just gonna shoot them, and
we're gonna shoot the questions.
I don't even know. We're just gonna tell you about them, okay?
Okay. Wait,
first things first.
I'm actually a little nervous because every time we film in our bedroom, I feel like we're crying. Like, remember, like my no shot boy.
Why we gotta say that? Why we gotta set the tone like that?
I don't know what could happen.
Anyways, before we get started, if you guys are new here, make sure you subscribe and join the JD journey. And let's go. So, first question is, how long did the honeymoon stage last?
I feel like the honeymoon stage, like I still feel like I'm in it, but then I feel like there's like part of me that was like, I feel like that's just like the first couple months of dating normally.
Yeah, I feel like once you
like
we dated for a couple years, and then like we were engaged for almost a year and a half. We dated for like a year and almost 2 years. Almost 2 years.
No, like a year and a half.
Okay, whatever. Then we were engaged for like a year and a half.
That might have been a different girlfriend.
Shush. And what was I saying?
Just look at the question.
I forgot what I was saying.
Wait, weren't you on one of the questions or no?
No, I was middle of talking.
Oh, something about it. Guys, we don't know what we were talking about. We literally just had like a brain fart.
What the f was I saying, actually?
I don't know.
No, hold on.
And we're back.
Okay, and we're back.
We were talking about the honeymoon stage. I don't know, we both totally
I had like the biggest brain fart. We have a really busy day today. There's a lot going on. But anyways, as I was saying, yeah, so the honeymoon stage, I think like, I don't know, I feel like we've always been in the honeymoon stage. I think the honeymoon stage is just like being in love. Like, honestly, that's what I think that.
And I almost feel like it's sad when people are like, oh, you're just in a honeymoon phase. I'm like, so why do you want to like not be in that for the rest of your life?
But I would say like the honeymoon stage is like the like, lovey-dovey, like nothing is ever wrong, like type thing. So
yeah. So I feel like that wears out with
dating.
Yeah, that's like dating, not even marriage. So next question.
But yeah, I don't know.
I still feel like we're like in the like little like, I don't know.
Lovey-dovey.
We're just in love.
How hard was your first year of marriage?
I would say, I don't know, like I don't think it was hard at all. Like, to be honest, like don't get me wrong, like we had a couple fights, but I don't think we didn't have any like you've never slept on the couch? He's never slept on the couch.
That should have been a question.
You've never slept on the couch. We've always slept in the same bed. We've never gotten that mad.
I want to say hard isn't. I don't think hard even has to be like fighting or any of that stuff. Like I think that's like, I feel like that's like all people look at marriage like, oh, do you guys fight or not? It's like,
well, I think
you're always gonna fight. You're gonna fight with friends. You're gonna fight with family. You're gonna fight with loved ones. Like anyone you're around all the time.
I will say our year started off hard before we were even married with Josh's accident happening, and now going through everything with Josh's mom being in the hospital and been in the ICU for so long. I feel like that has been really tested our marriage too. Not of the marriage, but more so of like how we are there for each other. And I feel like if anything, it's just made us stronger. The more you go through, it can either tear you apart or bring you closer. And I really will say like our marriage was like tested in a lot of ways, and I feel like it's just brought us closer.
Yeah, that is what's crazy is like our first year of marriage, like we're living in a different state, like making new friends here, new connections. It's like my accident, my mom is like, it's kind of crazy how like we did all that in our first year of marriage.
And like we
came out
literally,
stronger.
I know, we've gone through like 2 houses, living like, we've done a lot together, and I feel like we've just grown as people together so much.
First year of marriage was a roller coaster, but like I feel like it was all like positive stuff. Like it's all how you like look at it, I guess.
But I feel like as far as us, everything we've done has made us closer. Like I don't.
Here's a good question: a difference between expectations and reality. What were your expectations? I don't even think we've ever talked about that. What were you expecting?
I don't know. My expectations was exactly like what happened. Like I didn't really have any different expectations because we had been dating and already living together. So I didn't expect anything different. The only thing I will say, maybe I didn't expect but I didn't want to happen, was I was like, oh, maybe Josh will like start being a little more, not mean to me, but like less like putting me first. Like, cause I feel like that happens a lot when people are married after a while, they're with someone a long time. It's like, they always put themselves first. And I will say that Josh has never done that. Like, he's always put me first, always thought of me, always treated me so good. Even sometimes when I don't deserve to be treated good by you, I feel like you're always like trying to understand me. And I really love that about you, so.
I like that. I don't have as good as an answer that she does.
It's not about having.
No, I would say like honestly, my expectations was like that, like something, and there was no like reason for this, or it didn't need to feel different, but like something would feel different.
Oh,
like,
okay, I did
like,
think that too.
Like I was expecting, it was like, oh, now that we're married, like this like nothing really feels that different besides like the fact that it's like, I don't even know. It's weird to think that like.
I felt like we already were married before we were married though, because to be honest, like when you.
But I feel like when you get married, it's like, yo, like we're married.
But think about it. Most people that get married, they don't have the same job. They're not making money together. They don't have the same income, so they merge their incomes. We already live together. They buy a house together. Like that's the only difference. I feel like normally.
But I would say like the reality is like now I don't know, you're my wife. Like it feels like a little more real.
Yeah, because it's
but like
wow.
in a good way.
Yeah, I love it.
That's weird. All right, next question is any pregnancy scares? Nothing crazy serious, I feel like, but like a couple times you were like late to your period, but like weird, like.
To be honest, I feel like that's me overreacting, thinking like, oh my god, this is it.
Yeah,
like
fair.
My period was never like to a day.
But like we weren't trying, so it's like I guess it's like we shouldn't have been pregnant, but like if it was, it would have been crazy.
It would have been a crazy thing.
So like I guess it's a scare if you're late to your period. Like to me, that's a
I mean, it's not really a scare once you're married. Like that much of a scare. Unless you like absolutely don't want kids. But like it's scary enough for us because like if we weren't
we're at the point where it's like if it happens, it happens.
Oh, is that the point you're at?
That's the point where we're at. That's
Guys,
the point where
Josh's
we're at.
feet has changed.
Yo, I feel like
a baby now. I'm not kidding. Like this isn't like, oh, they're just hyping up for YouTube. They're doing this and that. He literally is like, you were telling our friends yesterday in the car. He's like, you know what? I think like I like
dope.
You literally were saying like 5 years, like a couple like months ago.
Look, like I like the idea of it right now, but however, it's like I know like what reality is, and it's like maybe not quite yet. But I also feel like we're staying a little far away for like a 1-year marriage. You know, like I need to be loving you. I need to be loving you. Do you feel like roommates living separate lives?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I feel like for like we do the same job, like we like pretty much we do everything together.
Our relationship's a lot different than most people because most people like their husband will get up, go to work, the wife will go to work, or if they're like a stay-at-home mom or do whatever they do from home or go to work. And they live separate lives, like they have work lives. We work together.
That would feel that way, in my opinion.
Oh yeah,
wouldn't it?
Because it's like you have your life, I have my life, and then we have our life. But
you still love each other. But like, it probably feel like a weird, like
maybe a lot different.
For us, our relationship has like almost always been
like
together. So I think it would feel weird if I like was going off doing a different thing, and then like we're coming back together at night.
We're together 24/7, and if you like went and walked Hopper, I'd be like, I miss you. Come back.
It's a little embarrassing. But,
yeah, we just I don't know. We love spending time with.
It's what we're used to at this point.
Yeah. So I'd say absolutely not.
Oh yeah, the answer is no. Definitely not. Hard parts of being a husband. I asked that like I was asking you that, but that's a good question. Hard parts of being a husband would probably be for me.
Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry.
I'm trying to think. I don't really know. Like what would be hard for me?
Like
I guess I would say like the hardest part is being understanding to your feelings. Is that the right word?
Yeah, I guess.
But like, I'm not saying it's hard, but like if I had to pick something that was the hardest part, that'd be the hardest because like obviously like, you know, she's a girl, she has hormones, like all that stuff. And like Katie's super chill with all of that, but like sometimes I'm like, yo, like why are you crying? Or like why are you sad? Or why's your stomach hurt? Like you'll be okay. Like
he's very like understanding of like whatever I'm going through. Like there'll be times where like I'll cry and I'm just like, I don't even know why I'm crying. Like I really feel like it's just like my period, it's my hormones. I know guys that are like, oh my god, suck it up, you're a baby, like shut up, like, but you're not like, oh, what do you need? You're like, oh my gosh, like it's okay, like do you need a hug? Like you're very like comforting, which I feel like is amazing.
Yeah, but that'd be the hardest part, just because like
trying to understand because you don't.
Because I'm a guy, and I don't have feelings, bro. The next question is for you, hardest part of being a wife, and what have you learned from it?
The hardest part about being
I'm curious
a wife,
what you're gonna say.
What's
the hard part?
Is trying to understand you because you love to do adventurous things, and like I am a super adventurous, like outgoing, like I like to do the most.
Okay.
But you are like next level, and Josh is very dangerous, and I feel like trying to not always like worry and stress about something happening to you, and that's something that I've been learning to do more, because I feel like in the first year, like when we first started, or even before we got married, and then right after the wedding, I was so worried about things you were doing, and that I was like almost stressed all the time, because I'm like, oh no, he's going skydiving all day today, like I hope he texts me back, like I hope he's okay, like I'm so worried, like this and this and this could happen.
So not worried.
And so now I've really just been trying to put all my worries, like literally anytime I get worried, I just pray about it, and I pray that like you'll be safe, and it like is comforting to me, and then also like I let that worry go, because like it's out of my control, so me worrying is doing nothing.
Right.
And I just worry because
but like
I
you're always
love you.
gonna worry about someone you love, like even when you go
No,
and drive
of
to
course.
get your hair done, I'm like worried, I'm like texting when you're safe.
Exactly.
You know?
But the difference is like now I just try and put that worry off to God, because I'm like, it doesn't matter.
It's like, I can't deal with this anymore.
Like I'm like, this is too much worry.
Can't get out of here.
And I also don't ever want to come in between you and like the fun you want to have in your life.
True.
Like I don't ever want to like hold you back. So like sometimes I feel like my fear of something happening to you can hold you back. So I really try and like feel like that's like a struggle that like I'd have. So I try and like
That's fair.
not do that to you, if that makes sense.
Right. Don't hold me back. Let me live. Let me fly.
Let you fly.
Literally. Let me fly. I like that answer. Here's a good one. Interactions with opposite sex. Like, how do you feel about it? Like, texting, has any of this happened in the first year? Like, hanging out, like me hanging out with a girl, you hanging out with a guy?
I feel like we're very like...
Say the answer's no. Like, none of that's happened.
None of that's happened, but like if you were to text someone, like let's say you're like DMing all these girls like for like Jatie fit or something, like I'm not like, oh, you're DMing girl. Like if it's work, it's work. Like I don't know. Like I trust you so much that it's not... I mean, if you were going off and hanging out with a girl, that'd be a little weird. But like I wouldn't be like... But even you know that would be weird. I feel like we haven't had that problem.
Well, I was just gonna say, I don't even think that situation has ever happened. It's
Because
like...
we would never let it happen.
Well, yeah,
but
like...
not to say like you couldn't text like if we like our friend Tiff, like if you were hanging out or you were texting Tiff on the side about something, like that's not weird to me. Like I don't know, like any of our friends.
I feel like that's just a trusting. Like we trust each other. It's like neither of us are gonna put each other in like that awkward situation. Like I'm not gonna go hang out with a girl. Like that would be uncomfortable for my wife, and she's not gonna go hang out with a guy. So like I would say none of that's happened. So I guess that's not really a good question. Like I thought it was, because it's not happening.
I was gonna make a joke and be like, oh, Jake? Yeah, I'm on my way.
Hello? I'll be right there. Alright, adjusting to each other's life, is it hard?
No, because we are like the same person.
Do you agree? You think so?
Yes.
I would say sometimes you would be like, oh, like why you want to work out all the time? Or...
No, I like it. I just like, you're pushing me to work out all the time.
No, I'm not saying you don't
Which I like
it.
But I am like, oh.
But there is some
Okay,
things.
we're not the exact same person. No one's the exact same person.
Yeah, no.
We are very, very similar in the aspect of like we both like to do things, but sometimes Josh is like always wants to do something else.
I'm annoying. I've said this from the jump.
But I love that
told
about
all
you.
my friends this. Like I just like to do stuff. Like I don't like sitting around. Like it's.
I wouldn't change that. Like I love that about you, but I think now I'm realizing as to where before like I would always just go with you. Now sometimes like if we already had worked out and you're like I want to work out again, or I want to go on a bike ride, I want to do this. Sometimes I'll be like, okay, like you can just go, because like I have now realized that like how much you like to do it, and like I like to do it as well, but I'm trying to like let you do
you don't have to do it.
Yeah, I don't have to
saying?
do it every
like,
single time.
Yeah.
And I think there's like little things.
But I like when she comes and does it with me.
I know, and I do too. I always like it after, so.
It's like the only thing I
It's
think
rare.
I do that you don't do is go skydiving.
Yeah, and you
Trying to come?
now you're trying to get me to go skydiving. I'm like, no.
That would be fun, but I wanted to be safe, so.
Oh, please.
But what do I have to adjust to you? I have actually, speaking of adjusting to Katie B's life.
He
a
gets
little
coffee.
addiction out here. She's got me addicted.
I would
What else
say.
have I adjusted to you for? I would say Katie's a little more talkative than me.
Yes.
Sometimes like I like to just chill, be quiet, but like I definitely try to give her like, that conversation she likes. Be
With
there.
me.
Yeah, with
You're doing me a favor when you talk to me.
No, like sometimes sometimes I just want to chill, like be quiet, like hang out, and like I want to talk to you. Does that make sense?
That makes me feel like you just talked to me to be nice to me.
No, it's like adjusting to our lives like together. That doesn't make sense?
No.
Okay, well, I don't know how to make that make sense.
Okay, well, I would say more so like I would like sit out and talk to the neighbors like all day, and you're like, you'll talk, and then you're like, okay, like let's go inside. I'm like, okay, let's keep talking.
Any issues with each other's families?
I
would say...
Not really, but I would say one thing is like that we've tried to do is like learning how each other's like our mother-in-laws or our father-in-laws like are, and like learning the difference of our family, like how your family is and how my family is.
Yeah.
And like trying to understand that too, because
Right.
like what you grew up with versus what I grew up with is like trying to like combine that with our marriage. I don't know.
Well, it's like her family, I feel like there's no issues. It's just like her family becomes my family, like my family becomes her family. It's just like, that is the cool part of being married. So like you gotta catch up, because like I haven't been in her family for 24 years.
And
so
my family expects a lot, and that's what I would say is like I feel like your family is very more understanding of like, oh, okay, like you don't have to be here, you don't have to do this. My family is like, no, this is family, you're there. Like it's family over everything. And like they're very like,
which is good,
but they expect a lot. And so like I feel like it's like hard for you sometimes to understand, be like, why are they like basically forcing us to be here? And to me, I'm like, well, like it's family, like we have to because of my family expectations. But you're used to people who like they like respect what you want to do. Not saying that my family doesn't respect. It's just like finding the differences between our families.
It's just like learning. It's like, you know, like Katie's like, oh, why does so and so do this? It's like, oh, because like when we were raised, like this was this. Or it's like vice versa. It's just
But I feel like we both got really lucky because we both have like amazing families, like, and they also like all like each other, which is really cool. Like
you literally get another like,
mom and dad
whole
basically.
Group of people that like are there for you. It's like before I was married to Katie, like, well, obviously when we were dating, like they were there for us, but like now that we're married, it's like now like
your family,
her uncle was here, but like that's my uncle too. Like that's dope. You know what I'm saying? So you get a whole nother squad of family. Super cool. Would you recommend living together before you get married?
It depends. It depends on like if it's like a religious thing. Like if you're trying to wait till marriage, I would say.
I would say it's like strictly up to you. I don't recommend.
I don't recommend anything.
Maybe like travel together. Maybe like do something together. Like
travel together because that is a huge test. I feel like as to how you guys vacation together, how you guys are when you travel, which I feel like is very important. Or like how they live. If you don't live together, definitely travel with them.
Just do something together that like. I feel like there's a lot of relationships out there that like don't do stuff that like either they love or whatever, like before they get married. It's like make sure you guys like I don't know how to put
make sure that you put yourself
like say I love hiking and we go on a hike before we get married and she hates it and like never wants to do it. It's like I'm like, well, like she doesn't even like anything I like
well no
do stuff
if
you
it
love
was
together.
just that's fine, but then also you have to make that known that that's what you love and that's what you're gonna want to do maybe with your friends, and that I'd have to be okay if you go out hiking with your friends. Or if a guy likes golfing, like, and that's their thing. Like you have to know.
No, you can have your own separate things. I'm just saying like that was like a really small example, but like
just know what you like and stick to it because you don't want to change for anyone.
Facts. What would you have done differently in the first year? I would say like, I mean, there's always room for improvement, so I'm not gonna be like, oh, like the last year I was perfect. Like you could always be better. I would say maybe be there more for your needs and try to maybe go on more dates. More us time.
I feel like we do put us first a lot, but
we have like a lot of us time, but like we work together, we do a lot together, but I mean more us, like just like everything, phone down, everything off the table.
Yeah, like just
us time. Like,
and I will say like recently we've had so much company. We've had such a like, we literally went from my dad here for a week, we were in Michigan for 2 weeks, then my dad was here for a week, and then Jeremy was here,
which is fine,
to my aunt Tony and her friends here, then my sister's here, and then my mom's coming for a week. So that's not, I'd say more so making sure that we have time to like be with each other.
Like I said, I'm not saying we didn't do anything right. I'm just saying like
there's things
you can always look back and think of something you could have done better. I was like, I just think that's one of them. What do you think? You can't steal my answer.
I was gonna say like be there for you more, or like because I'm not I don't know. I was gonna say like getting you like okay planning like a cute date, or like doing stuff like when you first start dating. Like if I were to like plan like a cute date, or like put us first, and like as if I treated it like as if we were just starting to date. Maybe
I like that.
You know, like keeping that little spark and fresh and something fun.
I like that. I feel like you could always do that throughout dating, marriage, like all of that. All right, what's something that surprised you about being married? Ooh, what surprised you?
Literally nothing. Do you think that surprised you?
To me, I would have thought that like once you get married, I don't know why. I guess I didn't think this, but like what surprised me is that like how much we care about each other and like love for each other still. Like I feel like you just have that like typical like thought of marriage. It's like, oh, once you're married, it's like now you're fighting, or like I don't know.
I feel like just the love keeps growing stronger and stronger rather than like as you see people a lot of times when they're married, and like we've only been married a year, but like that is one thing I always want to make sure we do is like put us first and be so in love. When I see couples that have been together for like 10 plus years and they're still so in love, nothing makes me happier. Like literally nothing.
I think it's super
so
awesome.
That's definitely where I want to be.
We want to do that. Okay, here's a juicy one.
Okay.
Did you do it more or less than you thought you would?
More in the beginning and then less recently because we've been with company and like we've had people at our house like 24/7. And that's not to say that, but like.
Did you hear that, Biz?
Ew. Happy birthday.
She said, ew.
No,
I would say more than I expected, just because it's like
more than I expected.
Every married guy I've ever talked to, I feel like always insinuates that like
they never
do it anymore, and I'm like, for me, it's like. I think there's spurts. It's like 1 week where it's like a lot, and then like the next week you're busy and it's not as much, and then the next week it's a lot, or like it just depends what life is bringing.
We don't ever have expectations like
it's
like whenever we're both like, you know, like.
And it's never been like, oh, someone's in the mood and the
someone's not.
Like, you like get away from.
If someone's in the mood, the other person just gets in the mood.
Yeah, it's just.
I mean, look at them. How could you not? Okay, next question.
Okay, how is it better than you imagined? Last question. End it on a banger. How's it better than you imagined?
I never in my life would have thought I'd find someone like you, so I'd just say better. Like I just feel like it just keeps getting better and better. Josh just keeps getting like more understanding, more loving, better, and I'm very lucky.
I used to say that like I never wanted to be married. Like I thought like marriage was like an old school thing. And Katie B has changed my mind, and our first year of marriage has really shown that it's awesome to have someone that's like there for you and that's your best friend, and like literally like when I'm happy, when I'm sad, like no matter what I'm feeling or thinking, I can come to Katie B and talk to her about it, and I know she's like my person, and she's gonna think like how I would. Like she knows what's best for me as well, so she's gonna give me like insight and thought on all of that as well, like from her perspective. And it's cool to have like a girl's perspective on all of that, and like someone that loves you and cares about you as much as you love and care about yourself. And I think that's super cool. And she's like my best friend, so I don't know. There's my answer. But our camera's actually about to die. It's perfect timing. So we love you guys. Almost 1 year married. I hope you guys appreciate the video. And yeah.
We're gonna go make out, so. Alright, see you guys.
What's up, guys? Hope you guys loved that video.
Yeah, if you guys want more exclusive content from us, make sure you guys click the link in the bio and join Jatie
VIP. Guys, we got exclusive videos, live streams, Zoom calls with you guys, and also
we have a
get our number.
Yeah, you can text us. We have a huge giveaway coming up if you guys want to be entered to win a $500 gift card to JD Fit or JD Beauty.
Or Always Plug merch. All you gotta do is sign up. It's $9.99 a month. And then you get all the other bonus stuff on top of that. So, we gotta check it out. Stay very important. Let's go.